kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
Saracens StoneX Stadium for a double header of school sports. We are starting today with Berkhamsted against Moreton Hall School in lacrosse, and then at 6:45 we switch back to rugby. Well, Berkhamsted will again be the hosts here at Saracens home when Kirkham Grammar School come along. Kirkham Grammar School, by the way, playing on back-to-back days, so their players getting a real workout. There's a whole squad of players that'll be watching this one on with interest. But we begin with lacrosse and a fantastic game between two sides that have played each other plenty of times. Indeed, last year here at StoneX they played each other in an absolute thriller that ended up 5-all. It is going to be pretty special. Moreton Hall arrive here off the back of a very, very successful season to date. Berkhamsted as well. In fact, both of them were in action up at the Berkhamsted Festival right at the start of term. We're going to hear more about that in commentary in a little moment's time, because we've got a couple of guests upstairs with us who are going to tell us all about it. But here at the home of Saracens, we've got a very, very big evening ahead of us. The rain has just about passed. The floodlights are on. We're hoping it stays dry. It's pretty warm. It should be a very good evening. So stay tuned for what is going to be a very special night. As I say, two games coming up. Lacrosse in a few minutes' time, and then rugby at 6:45. It's set to be a special evening. We'll be up with you in commentary in just a second.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.
time for 6:45, but we begin with the classes. Berkhamsted come charging out onto the field here. Moreton Hall already out in their light blue shirts. And while we wait for the players to go through their final little chats, we're going to run you through the teams here. Beginning with Berkhamsted, who have a lot of survivors from last year's side. The skipper, Molly Kennedy, a National Academy player, being one of them. Helena Ulyat, another, and Amelia Dewar, the two vice captains. Alongside them, Ashley Diaz-Stevens, Ella Connolly, Sophie Butterton, Neve Lillian Wilson, Molly Kennedy, who I've already mentioned, Isabella Foy, Charlie McGlue, Ella Walker, Evie Light, Bea Spooner, Annie Whiteman, Liv Arnold, Seren Majed, Eliza Kanyama, Emily Stevens-Jennings, and Lily Coomer, and indeed Charlotte Unsworth. They are the two goalkeepers, Coomer and Unsworth. Keep an eye on Stevens-Jennings, her brother's playing the rugby later on as well. Moreton Hall, meanwhile, a number of players, much like Berkhamsted, that played in this last year, including their twin co-captains, Eliza Pickering and Romilly Pickering, alongside a third co-captain, Hattie Maddox. Alongside them, Chloe Harris, Grace Fell, Sophie Graham, Hilary Lau, Cecily Penrith, Ruby Wilcox, Jemima Bebb, Emily Fern, Lana Kenny, Lizzie Mellier, Matilda Brooksbank, Alexa Wilson, Nina Harney, and Darcy Cook. And a special shout out to Nina Harney and Darcy Cook, called up late into the squad. They are just year 10s. What an experience for the pair of them. Alongside me, I've got a couple of Berkhamsted legends, I think we're going to call them, Joe Vila and Katie Costin. And Joe, a really special day this one for all involved in both schools.
Yeah, thank you, Angus. This is almost becoming as exciting and as important as the National Schools Championships at the end of the season. There's a really huge atmosphere here. We've got the whole school behind them, 400-500 in the stadium. Moreton have even brought down some fans this year. And there's been a lot of hype and excitement leading up to this game.
Certainly has been. It's Berkhamsted in possession early on. Moreton Hall take possession though. We remember from last year, a real attacking threat. Moreton Hall had some good success this year as well. They won the Welsh Rally a couple of weeks back, performed well at the Berkhamsted tournament right at the start of the season as well. We might talk about that in a few moments' time, but Berkhamsted have turned over possession and moving forward in good control here. Might have an opportunity. Well dealt with.
That was a lovely feed into Liv Arnold, just unlucky she didn't get it off.
Tell me a little bit, while this game sort of starts to open up, about that Berkhamsted 10s tournament. Obviously, quite an important one for a lot of teams at the start of the season, and a good opportunity for players to really get to know each other. Obviously, at the start of the season, is Moreton Hall just a great chance.
Yeah, so Berkho 10s is a festival that we hold each year. You can bring as many players as you want to. We don't count the scores, so people just come, play, look at their players, get a feel for other teams for the season ahead. It's a really good run out for everyone and a chance to kind of sound out the opposition. But Moreton Hall had a great day. They were unbeaten throughout the day, as were Berkhamsted, so it's setting up for a pretty good contest this evening.
Certainly is end-to-end affair. Last year was punctuated by both sides really camping up in one end, but at the moment, great attack. It's another fantastic save from Emily Fern. Two important interventions early on.
And Emily Fern, if I remember rightly, did a fantastic job last year. It ended in a draw, and it was a lot of that was down to Emily and her fantastic saving and early clears out in that second half.
Certainly was. The 2024 Nationals winning side, but it's Berkhamsted moving forward again. Oh yeah.
And it's not a surprise that there are turnovers and a change in possession at the beginning of this match. There are a lot of young players on both sides, and this is a pretty big event. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time for both teams to ease into this game and settle into what they've got to do.
Berkhamsted having the greater chances early on, and Fern that's having to do a busy job at the moment. Loose possession in the back. Moreton Hall having to work hard to tidy it up, just about managing to do so. Now spilled.
Well, that's great pressure from Berkhamsted, an early double team. They've managed to turn over the ball in their attack. Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Just a loose stick there. Good opportunity for Berkhamsted to put something controlled together here. Perhaps an opening. They'll be patient.
Moreton are doing a really good job of covering in defence here. You can see that Berkhamsted are playing a pass and move in the attack. They're looking to move the ball off and then move their defender, but Moreton have got that covered. A great goal from Lillian Wilson. It's her first season in the first team. A fantastic finish from her.
What a time to do it for Lillian Wilson on the grandest of stages. Created by light. She's the real creative force here, but it's a lovely finish from Lillian Wilson. What a move. Katie, you're full of smiles.
I am. It's really great for me. She is one of our, we've got a few of them, but she's one of our dual athletes, so she is also a first team netballer, and she's focused on netball up until this year really, but she's made her comeback, and what a way to come back.
What a fantastic way to come back. Moreton Hall keen to respond early. Berkhamsted will move off.
There's certainly some adjusting to do here. The girls are used to playing on grass, and as we know in the last couple of weeks it's been very wet and the ball has not been moving, but the ball is really travelling on this ground, which means that we are covering some serious ground already in the first few minutes.
It's a big space here as well, I always think, at Allianz Park. StoneX, as I should call it. Allianz is over at the other end of London these days.
So Berkhamsted will be trying to really set up in their attack, pull out really wide, get the ball moving, start to turn Moreton Hall's heads, and then they'll begin to start looking for opposite cutters coming from the side, trying to work in pairs potentially to break down that defence.
Connolly playing around the back.
Ashley Stevens.
Going to be a little conversation here. Decision made. It's Berkhamsted ball.
So Ash has got a free position on goal.
Good effort from D.S. Stevens. Just.
And in lacrosse, after a shot, when it goes off the back line, it is the nearest player to the ball when it crosses the line that gains possession. So it could go either way after a shot.
It's really designed by a fitness fanatic.
It's one of my favourite rules, I think. I think it just encourages real attacking play, shots on goal.
Berkhamsted, certainly the side finding a little bit more space in these opening exchanges. Moreton Hall finding a bit of space down that right-hand side, and now that's a good pass in field. Can they create something here? It's been a while since they've been in this sort of position. I was about to say good tight defence from Berkhamsted, but
Yeah, really great pressure from Annie Whiteman. Lily Coomer is starting in goal for Berkhamsted today. She's new to Berkhamsted this year, in from Wickham Abbey as a year 12. So this is a really, I hope she has a great start to this game.
Got her in bold in my notes as wearing a white helmet. Quite a lot of black on it from the angle I'm at, but it is white from the front. Moreton Hall trying to see if they can threaten her goal. Berkhamsted defend that really well. Counter-attack could be on. Walker looking to move forward. Moves it on. Stephen Jennings it was. Swapped shirts earlier on with Majed. Players charging off, ball's been left behind, tidied up by Moreton Hall. Fern has the ball in her possession.
Moreton is starting to set up in the middle of the pitch for this clear. They're looking for a long clear out.
Successfully done as well. And so Wilson, it was receiving it. And carrying it forward is Pickering.
The last two attacks for Moreton, they've set up with a player in the hole, so let's see if they do that again and that can come off.
Pickering twins exchanging passes, trying to engineer some space between the two of them. If they've got any of that twin telepathy going on, or perhaps they do. Shot comes in, but it's well stopped by Kuma.
That was a great move by Romilly Pickering.
Berkhamsted having to defend with everything here at the moment. The Pickerings really starting to up the ante. Spooner. Light moves forward. Lovely little move just to create some space from Light, and now Spooner.
That was a lovely feed from B. Spooner.
Berkhamsted really zipping the ball around now. Can they get the shot in for Light? Brilliant save. Fern coming to the rescue again. Berkhamsted really looking like they're connecting nicely.
That's unfortunate for Evie Light. She's been given a dangerous shot. So that is Berkhamsted down for 2 minutes. It was a dangerous follow through on Moreton defence.
Promising play though from Berkhamsted, despite the way that went. Really moving the ball about nicely in this sort of opening 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're moving the ball confidently. They're not afraid to give that first ball when it's on. They're looking for each other. It feels like a real team effort out there at the moment, which is great.
Spooner looking to see if she can create something really well, just to keep herself alive in the face of some strong defence. Back into that fast-moving ball. I think there's a flag up.
Yes. That's a lovely shot from Izzy Foy. So Berkhamsted are 1 down and they've managed to score.
Izzy Foy doubling the advantage. Let's look at this again. Lovely movement. Just down to the left-hand side of the keeper there. Fantastic finish.
She is a great mover, Izzy Foy. Great agility, really low centre of gravity, so she's able to change direction really quickly, but that was great movement from her.
And there's been a big push on our athletic development at Berkhamsted. Do you want to talk a bit about that, Katie?
Absolutely, yeah. It's particularly, I think, with our female sport, the importance of strength and conditioning and athletic development, not only in kind of making our girls as fit as they can be, but also that really key injury prevention to keep them fit and keep them playing, because a lot of these girls play a lot of sport as I said earlier, both netball, lacrosse, football, rugby outside of school. So there's lots of sport for them, so they need to keep us fit, and we need to keep them as fit and healthy as they can be.
And I guess events like this, just a real showcase of exactly what you're talking about, the different options that are available at Berkhamsted. It's not that often that we come to a venue and we get two different sports on the same night in front of, you know, a packed stand. It's a fantastic showcase of what Berkhamsted's all about.
Absolutely, and that's really key for us at the school, is that sense of variety and offering all of our pupils a real breadth of choice when it comes to sport. We don't want them to specialise too early, so it's really important that they are multi-sport athletes. We think they make the best athletes, so there's a lot of load management that has to happen, particularly when you get to this sort of level and this sort of age group. But no, we want them to keep playing for as long as they can and playing as many sports as they can for as long as possible.
Certainly good to hear. Good to see the players are ready to get back going out on the field. Moreton Hall have taken up central position in that stand on the far side with a big "Let's go Moreton."
They have a small crowd but a mighty one.
Someone needs to get onto the Berkhamsted art department quickly. Get something sent down here.
Quick!
Yeah.
His face paint central is there over there as well.
Healthy crowd over on the far side. Russell's just gone on field though. (2-0) lead for Berkhamsted. Much more comfortable than at this stage last year. It's tense the whole way through.
It was tense the whole way through. There was a goal in it, I think, most of the way, and both Moreton and Berkhamsted at times were behind, so it was really tense. It does feel at the minute a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm, and Berkhamsted are definitely in control of that ball. However, I would like to see them make the most of those opportunities. Really think about that final pass in. Is it the right feed? And then the placement of the ball. That goalkeeper, we know, is excellent. She's excellent high, she's excellent low. So you've really got to fake, you've got to move her, you've got to think about the angle and possibly that one more pass. So hopefully those are the things that our coach, Charlie Maysteed, is talking to them about right now.
About the opening score there for Berkhamsted. Created by Light. Finished by Lillian Wilson. What a fantastic moment that was for her. This, the second, Izzy Foy doing it all on her own. Have another look. Fantastic movement. A tidy finish as well, as you say, against a top-class goalkeeper as well.
There does appear to be a real sense of calm within the team this year, Joe. I don't know if I think that level of maturity that's coming with the girls as they grow. I just feel like there's a real maturity in the way they're playing their game at the moment.
There is. There's kind of an inner confidence that is coming out. There's no panic. There is that sense of calm. I think that also comes from the coaching style this year. You've got two coaches. You've got head of lacrosse Charlie Maysteed and Phoebe Smith, both experienced players who are calm in their approach and kind of collected. And they're both very similar in the way that they coach. So there's a clear direction and clear kind of themes coming through, and I think the girls really enjoy being coached under her. They're having great fun. You can see her high-fiving on the sideline. The girls enjoy playing. They want to be here. They want to work for each other.
So, ready to get back underway. The 2-0 Berkhamsted lead, and Berkhamsted claim possession here.
Draw control from the centre is so crucial in lacrosse. It can make such a difference if you can gain possession at the draw. So the draw itself is pretty specific in terms of who takes it and trying to put players against each other that might be able to win that centre draw.
Moreton Hall with some delightful footwork. A fantastic save again.
And some really great defence there from Ella Walker. You know, she left her player, came and covered, stretched with a stick. That was fantastic play.
Roxy Wilson taking Berkhamsted on. As you say, though, fantastic defence from Walker.
A lovely long clear from Lily, which has enabled Berkhamsted to have a fast break. Amazing shot as well at the end. That was a great play from Berkhamsted.
Fantastic from Berkhamsted. One end of the field to the other. Emily Stephen Jennings with the finish.
And that's two of our Year 11s connecting really nicely there. Seren and Emily.
We see it again. Jed to Stephen Jennings. Stephen Jennings. Brilliant finish. 3-0 lead. And
That
Katie, as you say, you know, that's Year 11s out there. One of the dynamics in school sport that's often missed by people on the outside is the fact you have these different year groups mixing in a way that, other than in a sort of boarding house environment, I suppose, in some places, that doesn't often happen. And there's a whole different level of teamship and sort of team building that's got to be done there, isn't there?
Absolutely, and particularly at school, at Berkhamsted School, our Year 11s are based at the girls' school, and our Year 12s and 13s are in the 6th, which is a mixed environment, but they're not often together. So yeah, that's really important, that creating that culture, that sense of teamship. But it's something that's been done really nicely as we've entered this new term.
Oh, and another fantastic finish from Berkhamsted. Molly Kennedy.
That was a brilliant feed from Liv Arnold, an amazing finish from the captain, Molly Kennedy.
Well done, Molly.
She has
Took a little tumble there.
Dangerous shot on her, and that was a fantastic finish.
From a near impossible angle. Fantastic.
She has about 3 or 4 rebounders and goals in her garden. She practices regularly every single night, I think, for about an hour, and right there is why that has paid off.
She's taken a little knock there. Looks like she's rolled her ankle, but still smiling. Still smiling.
Oh, Molly, you've got a moment to remember. Fantastic from Kennedy. Almost out of nowhere, Moreton Hall find themselves 4-0 down, and with some work to do, but Berkhamsted showing no sign of relenting. Spooner moving upfield, finding space. Is there another opportunity here for Berkhamsted, who really have grabbed this?
Strong play by B against 2 defenders. She managed to come out with the ball. Really impressive. And it's over to Helena Uliat for a free position.
Moreton Hall deal with the threat. Berkhamsted really are into their flow at the moment.
So something we've looked to do this year with the lacrosse senior squad is have what we've been calling a captain's run on a Friday night. So prior to their games on a Saturday morning, the girls get together and the captain leads the session. And we find it's really helped build that culture, getting them together a little bit more regularly. Some leadership, you know, real character building stuff from our leadership team to lead that session, you know, with their peers. But it's something that's worked really nicely for us so far this year.
Certainly seems to be paying dividends at the moment. Ball almost in the back of the net again. Uliat will get us going. Uliat. Another cracker from Uliat, a cracker from Berkhamsted. An evening to remember for Berkhamsted at the moment.
Yeah, that was fantastic play from Helena. Really well timed, really well placed. That was a difficult shot over on the offside of that goalkeeper. Really tight angle there.
Fern looked as though she'd covered the angle. Berkhamsted, though, finding the space nonetheless. Moreton Hall, what have they got in the locker? Can they find a chance? Pickering might well be the one to try and create something. Romilly Pickering now.
You can see Moreton moving the ball around really nicely. They like to set up from the top, so they may well move that ball back up to the top. And by the top, I mean closer to the centre of the field.
Here they go.
What's been the secret, do you think, to Moreton's recent success? Obviously, they saw great success this year at under 19 level at national schools. What's been their secret then, do you think, Joe?
Oh, it's hard to say. They've got Karina and Lulu, who are their sort of stalwart coaches and have been there for a really long time. And the programme at Moreton Hall is small, but it's really focused in, and they're kind of a little bit of an unknown because they're in a small kind of area in terms of who they play on a weekly basis. So they only kind of meet the southeast schools once or twice a year, and they play a different style of lacrosse. So it's a bit of a shock and takes some getting used to. And they always seem to have a bit of a surprise ready to throw at us. They like plays, so they know their moves, and as players they have specific things they have to do, whereas Berkhamsted like to play a bit more creatively. But when they bring those moves out, if they catch you unaware, then it is really difficult to defend and stop.
Interesting part of the country as well, based close to the Welsh border. Looking through the team sheet, there's players that have got Welsh representation, English representation. Interesting mix being based in that Shropshire area. And just bringing a little bit of calm to things now after a tricky couple of minutes. Pickering might feel this could be a chance to get on the score sheet. Eliza Pickering fires it towards the goal, but it's well saved by Kuma. Moreton keep possession. Pickering has it again. And they just slow the pace. This is where they're at their most comfortable. I'm quite sure where the ball is for just a moment there, but found and gathered. Sophie Graham, another veteran of last year's game. Thought she was going to be allowed to carry on, but pulled back.
Berkhamsted have relaxed their defence slightly in this phase of the game. They're pressing the ball, but they're dropping back into the 11, trying to pick up the feed. And that worked for them just then, because they were able to cover stickheads as Moreton were trying to move through the fan.
What do you think that change is based on? A bit of tiredness as time goes on, or just a different tactic trying to show the opposition something different?
I think being kind of doing a hard press for a long period of time is really difficult in lacrosse, and bearing in mind they're 5-0 up now, it's time to kind of possibly just change the tempo, allow the defence to get their breath back, get the unit communicating, working together again, and possibly we'll see them push back out and hard press again in the second half. As you mentioned earlier, Angus, this game is probably been created by somebody that likes running, and you can see a lot of subs on the sideline. You have to be athletic to play it, and I think there are periods in the game where a kind of moments to recoup and compose yourself is important.
Certainly are. And reworking their way into the game at Moreton Hall. I think it was Romilly Pickering, might have been Eliza Pickering in fact, with the finish. And after some really patient pressure, Moreton Hall get themselves on the score sheet. It is a firm finish from Eliza Pickering, the co-captain, stepping up, giving her side something to hang on to here.
And I think that goal was a result of what we've just said. It was great from Moreton, but there was also a sense of Berkhamsted sort of hanging off their players and allowing them to get in. So I'd really like to see, as we said, we might see that another phase in the second half. I think I'd like to see it now in terms of Berkhamsted stepping back up, regaining control in that defence and not allowing them to penetrate through again.
Of course, sometimes the best way to defend is to get on the attack, and that's what Berkhamsted are doing now. There might just be a little bit of space and an immediate response from Berkhamsted and Ulyat, her second. Berkhamsted straight back to it.
Great response there from Helena and the Berkhamsted attack.
It's always nice when something pays off that you say live on air and it actually happens. A rare moment. Oh yeah, thought she had it, but it's Moreton Hall that are off with it. And sooner they scored than they conceded again, they'll want to respond quickly themselves. Might be an opening here if they can just find the space. The ball is in the net. Oh, it's the other twin this time, Romilly Pickering. An unorthodox finish, almost hockey finish. But it's where the ball ends up that counts.
And it was great play by Moreton. They were moving the ball quickly, and as Berkhamsted was stepping up, it was leaving a player free and open. So well done to Moreton for a fantastic attacking play.
Well, an absolutely helter-skelter couple of minutes there. 3 goals in less than 2 minutes. And Liza Pickering with one. Oh yeah, quickly responding for Berkhamsted, and then in no time at all, Romilly Pickering responding for Moreton Hall. And it is 6-2. An absolutely bonkers game at the moment. What do you think the messaging will be there at the moment? Do you think it will be about that defence and just sort of keeping that pressure on?
Yeah, I'd like to think that there'll be a focus on defence. I think she'll want to keep a team focus to their play. There's been, I'm not sure if we've kept count, but it feels like apart from Helena, who's had 2, there's been various different people getting on the score sheet. I think it'd be good to continue that from a confidence building perspective. But in defence, I think they need to organise themselves, they need to communicate, and they need to make sure that either side of the ball is covered, and that it's really important in the defensive unit that you communicate and you tell that person they can go to the ball because you have their cover. And I just think that there's something within that needs to tighten up for the second half.
As we watch through the highlights, there really have been some spectacular moments so far. Well, there on the screen, Helena, oh yeah, definitely providing plenty of those. The Pickerings though, and their Moreton Hall teammates just ease their way back into things in the closing stages of that first half. Gives them something to hang on to, heading into a big second half. 4 goals between them. As we've seen already, this game can change in an instant.
What I'm loving is just seeing how much fun they're having out there, both teams. They just look like they're having the best time. And with that, I think that's something that Charlie and Phoebe want to create. Have fun with your friends, enjoy yourself, play with that kind of freedom and sense of team spirit, and the rest will come. So it's really nice to see them in their huddle there looking happy and together. Molly leading a bit of a chat there from captain. Look how happy she looks. Always smiling, that one.
Yeah, and for many of them this will be probably one of the biggest stages they play on in their lives, potentially, if they don't go on to have a professional career. So this is a real moment that we want them to savour. We want them to sort of gain the best memories that they can take away from this evening.
Well, these are the things we talk about it often in commentary, that in every team, in any sport, there's always a handful of people that might go on to something pretty special in a sporting sense. But for most, their school sport is the highlight. It's often the highest level, certainly some of the highest coaching and guidance that you're going to get, and offers the opportunities to play in places like this that you may not otherwise get. And these are the moments to savour, really.
Absolutely. We get so many old girls coming back from the university arena, and they say, oh, we didn't realise how lucky we were at the time when we were back at school with the facilities we had, the coaching we had, the support we had. And there is a sense at university that you kind of have to take the lead yourself and make things happen. So you're absolutely right.
That must be where it all went wrong for me. Nothing to do with talent. Back underway, Berkhamsted back into their stride as well. And find a little bit of space.
Be great to have an early goal here and reassert themselves.
Moving the ball around nicely, a little spill there, but it might just create a bit of an opening, but it's well defended by Moreton Hall. An early score here for Moreton Hall would just change up the feeling of this game as well, and that's perhaps the sense moving forward that they've got through Brooksbank.
There's a great turn of pace from Brooksbank there.
And now that
I think we want to see the Berkhamsted defensive unit be proactive as opposed to reactive now. Can they anticipate what their opposition is going to do? Can they prevent them from getting inside the fan? Can they work together and hunt in pairs?
Moreton Hall showing good patience. This is where you get the sense they feel most comfortable, is when they are playing this patient build-up. Now they start to inject some pace. Can they get a shot away? Brilliant save from Kuma.
So that, I believe, is Charlotte Unsworth has entered the pitch as our second half goalie.
You're absolutely right. Black helmet.
Absolutely.
Should have noticed. Charlotte Unsworth with the great save.
Charlotte is an athlete in goal. You'll see her coming out. She's quite happy and comfortable outside of her circle on the pitch. She's been with us since year 7. Has really grown in confidence and in ability. She's a fantastic player.
And that early save in the second half will help the confidence no end as well. Moreton Hall finding possession a little more easily at the beginning of this second half. Melia, what can she create?
Joe, we mentioned that Lily Kuma had joined the school as a goalie, but we do develop some goalies here, don't we? And what is our secret when it comes to, is it Mr. Savage? Is he the secret?
We do have an ex-England men's goalkeeper on our staff, which is certainly a real strength in terms of the individual support he's able to give them. But I think we also recognise that goalkeepers it is a really specialist position, and it requires specialist support and a different type of training. And Berkhamsted are really lucky that we're able to give all pupils an experience of what it's like to be in goal, and then really nurture the talent of the ones that are showing promise and interest in the position.
Mr. Savage, was it?
Simon Savage, yes.
Oh, with a name like that, no wonder he's superb.
Yeah, his daughter was the first team goalkeeper at StoneX last year for Berkhamsted, and she's gone off to Oxford, but we used to say Savage by name, Savage by nature.
Moreton Hall.
In terms of her lacrosse play, of course.
Absolutely. Moreton Hall enjoying a good spell of possession here at the start of the second half, not finding an opening just yet, but this period of possession will be doing their confidence no end of good.
Yeah, they are doing a really good job. They're holding possession, they're making good decisions. Berkhamsted really need to switch on. It's the last defender who needs to make sure they're sliding, and there is a possibility that the goalkeeper's going to need to come out to be that last defender and cover that final pass in.
Well, here's a big opportunity for Moreton Hall. And they find some space.
That's great cover from Ella Walker.
As you say, Walker holding them off temporarily though. Pickering Still Pickering. Pickering. Oh, what a brilliant save once again from Unsworth. He shows good calm there as well.
Goodness me!
It's like Harry Brook earlier on today. The ball rolled onto his stumps and he just calmly brushed it away before the bails could come off. Unsworth showing similar calm under pressure there for Berkhamsted.
Maybe they've practiced that one. I seem to remember, Joe, from last year, it's a real Moreton style, this sort of sitting, just being really happy with the ball, keeping possession, calm, you know, lots of possession, lots of time on the ball.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's how they build in confidence, and they just love to set up at the top with 2 players and keep working that, and then one of them sets a pick for the other, and they run off the back of that defender and open up a feed or a drive.
Oh, brilliant. Stephen Jennings again.
Emily Stephen Jennings is having some game. Did fantastically well to find the finish there, and just as we've been talking about Moreton Hall growing into this game, enjoying possession and how a goal would change the whole context of this game, it's Berkhamsted in their first possession for what feels like a good few minutes that get on the score sheet, and it's Stephen Jennings that's at it again. I think she's quite happy with that one.
I think she's happy with that.
They're on the charge again. Oh yeah, in possession. Is there an opportunity for a quick score? Great save.
That was a great effort from Ellen Connolly. She's such a workhorse.
A gymnast in her day, I think, as well, so she can get herself...
Oh, right. Interesting. She just works so hard on the ball and off the ball. And again, a real athlete, like so many that we're watching in front of us.
Moreton Hall then back into that possession style of theirs. Put the chase on to go and collect that ball. Do so under not too much pressure for Graham. Defence from Berkhamsted.
That was great defence, and that's Eliza Kane-Armour. Her brother Sam was the captain of the rugby team last year, who played again at StoneX here.
Pickering trying to find some space, trying to find a pass. Decides neither is on, so just backs away. It's to create again, and now may have created something around here. Eventually gives the ball up. See if they can have a look down a different avenue. Graham now. Brooksbank moves it wide, swings it back. Brooksbank. Now they move forward, but it's tidied up just about by Berkhamsted. Moreton Hall keep possession, but Berkhamsted move the threat away.
Yeah, I think we're still being a little bit reactive as opposed to proactive. We're allowing our attacker to get into the fan, to be an option. We need to think about covering that stick head. They have fantastic skills under pressure, Moreton Hall, and it's really important that we are pressing, we're putting pressure on, and we're trying to cover that stick head.
So Pickering with an opportunity here. Romilly Pickering with the ball. Romilly Pickering gets the pass away. The shot comes away, and it's a good finish. A really, really tidy finish from Elliot.
You felt like that was coming, didn't you? Just felt like that one was coming from Moreton Hall.
That was a great move from Moreton, because it felt like the ball carrier was going to get that shot off, and then they saw the free player open up just on the side of the goal. So it's fantastic play by them, really good vision and placement.
Very handy finish from Melia. Played in the World Championships of Wales. Showing all of her skills there. So Moreton Hall closed the gap a little bit.
And Moreton have had the last 2 possessions from the centre draw. We've talked about how important draw control is for gaining control of that next phase of the game. So Berkhamsted might need to think about changing that up next time, possibly putting somebody else in there.
Pickering somehow staying on her feet. She was 90% of the way through falling. Stayed upright. Moreton Hall stay in possession. Could be an opening for them. Pickering gets the shot away. Well saved. Wandsworth being kept busy. Pickering will have another go here. Eliza Pickering gets the shot away, and it's saved again by Unsworth.
Great save by Charlotte.
This time though.
Great shot. Tight angle.
Moreton Hall get the finish. It's Alexa Wilson, I think, that managed to find the smallest of gaps. They are just finding a way back into this, Moreton Hall.
Yeah, it's great play by Moreton. They're having, when they do have passages of attacking play and possession, they have it for a long time. And that allows them to build in confidence, allows them to gain control. I think Berkhamsted need to work at breaking that down faster and not allowing them to get comfortable in that and in that set-up play.
A shout out to Alexa Wilson, who almost looked a bit overwhelmed when she scored that. And I'm not surprised, it's because she's only a year 11, new into the squad this year. And getting her moment on the grandest of stages. Well, as we head in here for the break, it's closing up a little bit. Berkhamsted still leading, but Moreton Hall have just closed things up a little bit. The gap down to 3. It's 7-4 in Berkhamsted's favour. And while not quite as drama-ridden as last year's game, you do get the sense that this game is not far away from being in a scenario where we're getting into the last couple of minutes unsure where it's going.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Not
it's
over.
starting to get a bit tense. It's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to be really interesting to see how Berkhamsted respond now. It feels like the momentum is starting to shift, and it is with Moreton. And how Berkhamsted come out for the first few minutes of this final quarter, I think will really set the tone.
And I always think on big occasions like this, when school sport is concerned, both sides are obviously unbelievably fit. All school teams are, but the emotional build-up to these days, particularly as they always happen at the end of the day. It's not a 2:30 start; it's 5:15. It takes a lot out of you, and sometimes as a game goes on, you can really feel the impact of that, of suddenly going, oh, I've been thinking about this all day, and I've been sat on the bus, and it's been all I've been able to occupy my mind with for the past 9 hours, and it can hit you.
Yeah, it really does, and I think that's where coaching staff come in. I think it's really important that to try and play that down, to try and help them, to try and help the girls kind of deal with those emotions. It's hard not to make too much of a big deal of it, because it does feel like a big deal. Look where they are, as you said before. This is sort of the biggest stage that some of them will ever play on. But it's really about trying to control those emotions. And just ensure that they're not feeling too, the pressure isn't coming from us as coaching staff, certainly. I think that's really important, and that's something that as coaches we aim to do. We don't want to put the pressure on the pupils. That inevitably comes from themselves, but certainly and hopefully not from us.
Yeah, and you know, Chaz is great that there's a culture at Berkhamsted of creating a positive sideline, and only positive in terms of support for one another, communication coming from off pitch to on pitch, and you can feel that, you can see it from where we are, and that's really important, to stay positive even when you're feeling that the pressure is possibly getting to you. Ultimately, we just want them to have a great time and to come away with great memories and feel really positive about their play and the sport that they're involved in.
Let's be honest, how can you not have a great time out here at StoneX Stadium? Incredible facilities, incredible venue, an incredible opportunity, and Moreton Hall wanting to seize that opportunity. They do not want to go silently off into the night.
Two brilliant reactionary saves from Charlotte Unsworth. She saved one, popped back out, and then she managed to get back into position and make another save. That was really amazing from her.
In the game, isn't she? You can tell she is pumped.
She is focused. Yeah, we talked about her being a bit of an athlete and liking to come out of the circle. She's done just that. That will hopefully have really spurred that defensive unit on.
Still Moreton come flying through. It's another brilliant save from Unsworth. What a night for Unsworth. Needed again here. Defence comes to the rescue. Well, Charlotte Unsworth, I'm sure she was hoping when she came on at half-time that she'd have a nice quiet evening out here, but she's having a busy one, but it's an enjoyable one for it.
If there's anybody that thrives off the action and thrives off the challenge, it is Charlotte Unsworth. That was a great goal from Moreton, but Charlotte won't be deterred by that.
Eventually, the dam bursts, and it's Alexa Wilson again. Scores either side of the break. It's a good finish from Wilson, a really good finish. Game on.
I feel Berkhamsted, I think Berko need to just calm here, and it's a bit of discipline probably needed, not panic. Yeah, we don't want this sense of panic to take over, so let's see if they can do that.
Well done, B Spooner, gaining control of that centre draw.
Berkhamsted looking to respond quickly. Is there a temptation as the game closes up to almost try and mimic the Moreton Hall game and just hold on to the ball for a long period just to take the sting out of it? Or is the Berkhamsted way, as it appears to be, to just try and get one back as quick as possible?
I think we'd probably like to think that there was some control, some setup, some calm. But Berkhamsted certainly seem to want to respond quickly. And the danger in that, I guess, is that players will start to take it on themselves and work individually as opposed to in a team, and that is something that we don't want to be doing. We want to keep building as a team, we want to keep relying and using each other.
Oh yeah, trying to find some space, goes tumbling to the floor. We'll get possession again.
What do you actually do? Do you go like that?
Do stay tuned with us throughout the evening. There's rugby coming up at 6:45. Berkhamsted taking on Kirkham Grammar School. The rugby lads are just warming up on the athletics track in front of us, but out here on the field, Berkhamsted are looking for another, and that's exactly what they get. A hat-trick for Helen Ilya. Much needed goal, just separates things a little bit more.
And that's Helena showing her experience. She's a year 13. Again, as Katie was talking about earlier, she's one of our multi-sport athletes, fantastic tennis player, great netballer, has lots of experience individually and in a team situation on a high-pressured stage, and she showed her experience then.
Like taking control, moving around to the right hand side, gets the pass in. Contact with the head there. It was indeed, yellow card.
So Berkhamsted have 2 minutes up, a player up after that yellow card. And we hope that they will just calm the play a little bit, take control again. And as I say that, we've thrown it away and Moreton have got possession.
Almost stolen back by Berkhamsted, but that just leaves a little bit of space for Moreton Hall to charge upfield down this right-hand side. Still in possession despite every effort from Berkhamsted. Is Kenny, who now moved into Graham. He's had a busy game, Graham. Can't quite find a teammate yet, so moves around the back.
And because we're 1 up, Berkhamsted are choosing to double team the ball.
The space here for Wilson. Wilson then moves it on one more. Unsworth again. Coming to the fore.
It has been a night for the goalies, hasn't it? Both goalkeepers showing real class.
Has been. Unsworth comes out.
Is that the commentator's curse right there?
One of you is due one.
Charlotte.
Moreton move the ball quickly. Melia. Another that's been busy, gets the pass away. Goal comes in. Moreton Hall down a player, find a way to get the score. Eliza Pickering it was with the finish. Just found the space. But the left shoulder on Unsworth.
And that's a great shot, and that is unlucky from Berkhamsted defence. That was much better in terms of pressuring the ball carrier, trying to cover that stick head, but she's just too good, Eliza, and that was a fantastic shot.
Do you know what Unsworth did so nearly brilliantly there? Managed to get a helmet on it, just didn't quite get enough of a helmet on it. Pickering just squeaking that one through. 8-6 then. And Moreton Hall through the other Pickering on the attack, and the ball comes through. Unsworth there. Unsworth having a wonder. Finds Evie Light, who's going to be important in these closing stages, you sense, as Evie Light. Perhaps she recognises that as well, as she goes charging forward into space, gets the pass away. Could be an opportunity for Spooner, who just moves it on one. Spooner gets that one.
That's so unlucky. What a take from B.
Unbelievable bit of athleticism from Spooner. She goes again, fires it through to no avail. But I suspect Berkhamsted won't be too unhappy at the fact that the ball is off the field for a little while.
Yep, and they've got possession when it comes back on, so they've got another shot or another try chance at setting up an attack. Let's hope they choose it wisely.
Fierce competition for the ball. It's been won back by Berkhamsted illegally, so.
And that's an off the body to their advantage call, so the ball's been turned back over and given to Moreton.
So a real sense that they just need to regroup a little here, I think, Berko.
Moreton Hall charging forward. Pickering. Is there another bit of magic from Pickering? She's certainly going to give it a good go, is Pickering. Almost.
Well done, Charlotte Unsworth. The crowd appreciated that save.
For half a second, no one was quite sure where that ball had gone. But we should have known Unsworth had it all under control. Light. Boyd goes for a little walkabout, keeps it in Berkhamsted hands. Could be an opening here. Stevens with a crucial score.
That was an amazing
Great
drive
goal.
from Ash Stevens. Could have possibly been given as a charge, but she is strong, she is tough, and that was a great finish.
On the fall, in a funny sort of way, it's almost done her a favour. It's given her the angle to go underneath the keeper. How crucial might that be? Berkhamsted move 3 clear. Ashley Diaz-Stevens
And
with the
possession
score.
at that centre draw, which is just what they needed.
It's an absolute dogfight for possession, but Diaz-Stevens comes out trumps with it. Oh yeah.
This is the moment where Berkhamsted really need to calm down, take a breath, move that ball around, regroup, and then start to build again.
Oh yeah. Ignoring the advice it
They
jets
are
the pace.
ignoring the sideline and myself. I can see Charlie Maysteed giving the same advice from here.
And Moreton Hall counter. Doing well to avoid the defensive pressure, but then it comes through. Berkhamsted now counter. End-to-end stuff here at StoneX. Moreton Hall steal it back now. Just hit the brakes for a second. People to just catch their breath a little.
The redefend from both sides to try and win that ball back after losing possession is really impressive, particularly at this point in the game where legs are tired, they're feeling heavy. Feels a long way from end to end.
Another save from Unsworth. And a vital save. So many from Unsworth, but Berkhamsted take the victory. An outstanding performance. The opening quarter really where all the hard work was done as Berkhamsted took a chunky advantage into that break after the first quarter. From there, Moreton Hall worked hard to come back, but Berkhamsted always kept their noses in front, stretched it out at the end to 9-6. And Berkhamsted, after the draw last year, have victory here at StoneX. Katie, an amazing moment for the girls.
Great, yeah, amazing moment just to feel that and be surrounded with your teammates. But I just also want to thank Moreton Hall. What a great game, you know, really towards the end there it was a bit squeaky bum time, wasn't it, you know? But the girls came through, but a big thank you to Moreton Hall and all their supporters for travelling down today, and for making this just such an amazing occasion for us as a school, and hopefully they've enjoyed the ride as well.
And we'll talk about the Berkhamsted performance in a second, but it is worth reflecting on Moreton Hall. They were down a fairly chunky margin at one stage. It would have been so easy to think, oh, this was the big night and it's all gone wrong, and for it to get away from them. But the spirit they showed to stay in there and actually to make it look like things were going to get very, very interesting at one stage, says a lot about the character of them.
Absolutely, and I think we are learning that about Moreton Hall. They have a lot of character. They obviously work really hard, and they have a real game plan. And it's obviously a real sort of culture within their lacrosse program. And that's amazing to see at such a young age that they're playing to a real culture and a real setup, and they stick really firm to that. So that was really good to see. But yeah, huge congratulations and well done to all the girls out there. They put on a great show for us, for all the supporters in the stand, and I think the importance, what this means actually to our younger pupils at Berkhamsted. They can see this, they can come and watch. They've got real role models here, and it develops real aspirations for our girls that they can be here too in a few years. So it's so important for us, kind of culturally as a school, to build that, and it's events like this that really help us build.
And Berkhamsted, I mentioned it at the close, they're off to a flying start, but actually as the game went on, the two people I really want to pick out, it's Lily Coomer and Charlotte Unsworth, who you score 9, you kind of think it's all going to be about the attacking players, but actually the work of the 2 goalkeepers had a half each, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Sorry, I'm just watching them down there sort of celebrating and enjoying themselves, but it's unusual to have 2 goalkeepers in a squad, particularly because you need the legs, you need the subs to be able to sort of change up in the midfield. But these 2 goalkeepers can't be, it's splitting hairs in terms of their performance, and both of them bring so much to the game. And it's not just their performance, but their character. They are big characters within that defensive unit. They are strong, they communicate, and every time they made a fantastic save, you felt a sense of confidence within that defensive unit that those 2 can bring to that game. So yeah, they absolute players of the game, and had they not been so on form this evening, it could have been a different story.
And so, as we look through some of the highlights of the game, I'm going to jump down and see if I can grab a word with some of the players. I want to see if I can dig out Emily Stephen-Jennings, who's certainly put the pressure on her brother for the rugby that's coming up at 6:45. Do stay with us for that. Berkhamsted against Kirkham Grammar School, 6:45 start. But in the meantime, Katie and Joe, thank you so much for joining me up here. A little bit of a more comfortable seat than last year after the tension and the drama, but a fantastic evening.
Yeah, thanks Angus, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Full time then, Berkhamsted 9, Moreton Hall 6. I'm going to jump downstairs and see if we can catch a word with a few of the players. In the meantime, let's have a look back through some of the highlights of the day. Plucked her from, she was about to get a hug from someone in the crowd. Who's in the crowd today supporting you?
My mum and dad.
It's a bit of a family day for you because your brother's playing in a minute as well.
Yes, yeah, he is.
Put the pressure on him a bit. You got a lovely goal.
Yeah, definitely put the pressure on him, but I'm sure he'll play well. So yeah.
Tell me a bit about the experience of playing here tonight in front of a big crowd at this awesome venue.
It's incredible. Like, there's literally no feeling like it. It's so nice to have like all our friends, all our like schoolmates supporting us, having year above, year below, like youngers, year 7s and 8s, looking up to kind of year 11s, year 12, 13, and the fact that we get to play in here for another 2 years afterwards is just incredible. Yeah.
And off to a bit of a comfortable start, but Moreton Hall made you work for it in the end.
Yeah, they did. We definitely were a bit nervous in the 3rd and 4th quarter, where kind of they were getting the goals, but thank goodness we pulled through. I think we all had a lovely game. They're a lovely team. They definitely kept us on our toes.
And a word for your 2 keepers, who I thought were absolutely brilliant tonight, stepped up big time.
Yeah, they were incredible. The saves they made were absolutely insane. I know I couldn't be a goalie, to be honest. I got to stay on the outfield, but they were insane, and we're really proud of them.
Awesome. Well, Emily, go and enjoy yourself. But before you do, prediction for the rugby. What do you reckon is going to happen?
Berkhamsted are obviously going to win. So.
Fair enough. Emily Stephen Jennings, thank you very much. Fantastic performance from Berkhamsted there. We'll see if we can grab someone else. It is going to involve me basically having to jump into the into what is effectively the mosh pit here. We'll see if we can grab a Moreton Hall player. In fact, if we can, let's talk to the Pickering twins. Can I grab the Pickering twins? Let's get them over here. Right, wait, you're twins, so I'm going to get you mixed up. So you're going to have to tell me which one of you is which.
I'm Eliza. I'm Romilly.
Tough night in the end in the result, but actually you must be really proud of the performance after going behind early on and actually coming back and making a proper game of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think we started off a bit slow, but we did come back, played very well in the second half, so proud of everyone. We did a good job, just a bit disappointed with the score, but we did bring it back.
At the start we were all very nervous. We've got a very young team, we've got some 14-year-olds playing with us, they did such a great job though. Yeah. So we were a bit nervous. We've not played together that much, we've got a very new team this year, but I'm so proud of everyone. We all played so well. It was a great game, even though we lost. But.
And tell me a little bit about those 2 year 10s. Did they get the knock on the door this morning to tell them that they were playing?
This morning, they trained with us for the first time last night, and then I don't think they knew they were playing till like literally just before we got on the bus, because we've had a few injuries, so we were like, let's bring them along, and they played so well. So they did really well.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, listen, get back in there and dig out whoever it was that you were talking to. There's a whole crowd of them that want to speak to you there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Cheers. Well done tonight. Emily and Romilly Pickering there, you've got as good a chance of picking them apart as I have. As you can see behind me, the rugby is starting to come very soon. 6:45 kickoff, that is. Kirkham Grammar School just going through their paces there. Berkhamsted on the other side of the field. Those two both unbeaten heading into this one. But we're going to talk a little bit more lacrosse. It's been an absolutely incredible evening. You may remember last year was a 5-5 draw. We thought we were going to get that again, didn't we? It was looking so tense at one point, but Berkhamsted doing fantastically well to pull out and get that 9-6 victory. I'm just having a look around over my shoulder to see if I can see any of the coaching staff, but do you know what? The coaching staff are well into the mixer as well. We might see if we can. In fact, here we go. I've got someone from Moreton Hall. I'm going to just stick a microphone in here and see what happens. You must be really proud of their performance.
Super proud of them. Yeah, they did really well, and they could have easily sort of lost it a little bit at half time because they were super nervous in the first half, but they really pulled it back and they gave them quite a fight at the end there. So, yeah.
Certainly was. And I mean, I've just spoken to the two Pickerings. They can talk. That's brilliant. But what a fantastic effort from the pair. It looks as though they were really galvanising things. Once you started to get into your attacking shape.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, for the first quarter, we've got some really young players on the team. And for the first quarter, they were just nervous. We've travelled a long way. They've been on a bus, lots of sort of hype and build-up, and then coming out here and having the stand full of Berkhamsted people, they were super nervous. And I think once they got into it and they all relaxed, you could see that actually they were, on a par and the quality was there. We just gave ourselves a little bit too big of a mountain to climb at the end there, that's all.
Moreton Hall support did well there. Yeah, a fantastic sign that had been made. It was all looking pretty nice up there.
No, I know, it's brilliant. They've come a long way to support us. We have great parents that come with us everywhere and support us, and also so many of the girls from school have come and they've made all their banners and posters. And actually, to be fair, when we scored, I think we were as loud as the Berkhamsted crew, to be fair.
Certainly were. Did yourselves proud on the road. Well done. What's next?
What's next? So we've got a bit of a break, half term, and then we will be at Challenge Cup, which is the top 8 schools from nationals, just gone. So we'll be competing at that in November. So that's probably the next big competition for us.
And with such a young squad, hopes for the future must be massive.
Oh, huge. I mean, we pulled 2 girls in literally last night for the first time, never trained with the group before. One of them went on for quite a while and she was outstanding, and 2 of our younger girls who have only just joined the team, who are in year 11, were outstanding. So it's just, you know, exciting to see that we've got that depth there, and actually a lot of our younger players, whilst they were nervous, the potential they're showing is huge.
Fantastic. Listen, thank you so much for joining us, and safe journey back tonight.
Thank you.
Right, attention now sort of moves towards the rugby. What are we on? 6:30 rather. We've got 15 minutes to kick off in the rugby. We're going to chuck over to a few adverts while I go and dig out some coaches from the rugby to go and have a little word with before we get underway with that. But from the lacrosse side of things, we wrap up with Berkhamsted having taken the victory 9-6 against Moreton Hall. What a fantastic evening it's been so far. Stay with us, because in 15 minutes time we kick off in the rugby, and we are going to go and find a couple of coaches to talk to in a few moments' time.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on. right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on. The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, we are your sporting partner. Creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration. Kit on, game on. right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected.
Players out on the field through that brilliant tunnel made by the Berkhamsted and Moreton Hall netball players, and indeed a few Berkhamsted prep school players. Berkhamsted on the field. We're still waiting for Kirkham Grammar School. Referee getting a big cheer on his way through. But as we await Kirkham, as Johnny Rodham, their director of rugby, makes his way through, it is time for me to make my way upstairs to do some commentary. On my way though, I'm just going to grab a word with a couple of youngsters here. Are you guys running the balls on this evening? Yeah. Excited for it? Yeah. Who's going to win?
Barco.
There we go. The youngsters have told us what to expect. Kirkham Grammar School are out on the field. Berkhamsted just going through their final moments. I'm going to jump upstairs and run through the teams for you, because we have got a couple of absolutely fantastic teams on show for you tonight. It is going to be a very, very special evening. Both sides head into this one unbeaten and in fantastic form. Kirkham Grammar School are going to be busy. They've got back-to-back games. They've had to split their squad to accommodate all the fixtures. But such is their strength, you would not bet against them this evening. So then, the teams are as follows. Berkhamsted line up, led by Oliver Smith, the skipper, with Tommy Treadwell and Austin Burns at half-back, and the centres alongside him, Crosby Burnett, and in the backfield, Lorcan Farrell, Logan Parry Kirby and Alex Mason. As Kirkham Grammar School receive the kick-off. Up front for Berkhamsted, Douglas Lynch, Hugo Senior and Charles Batchelor, with Thomas Nagale and Ed Sussin in the second row. Toby Davey, James Stephen Jennings and James Batchelor are in the back row. Kirkham Grammar School, meanwhile, led by Harrison Causey on the open side. Vice captains Miles Lister and Sebi Krickner. Berkhamsted in possession, moving forward. Looking to bring a bit of calm to proceedings. They stab the ball through.
Yes, you on now. Inside.
Turn with fire by Kirkham Grammar School. Out into touch, and we will have our first line out of the game.
There you go, Blue. For shoot. Nice and loud on your numbers. Red ball.
Berkhamsted just trying to retrieve ball. There is one of those ball boys that we spoke to a few moments ago.
I want you in, fella. I want you closer, not that far away. You start there, so I know. In and set. Thank you. Now you took him in the air. In the air. 9.
Berkhamsted with the early penalty.
Give you some advantage, my error. You can't be right next to each other. Where you are, sir? Blue. Okay, come on. I haven't got time for laces, boys. You've got plenty of time for that. Just stay 10, sir. Lace. Thank you.
Scrappy start for Berkhamsted.
have it in their possession moving forward. Save both sides. Right, with 20 in the locker. A bit of space on the outside for Kirkham Grammar School. It's tidied up nicely by Charlie Bray, the sale sharp for Kirkham Grammar School. And Kirkham will have the line out here.
6 called. They called 6. 6. It's nice and loud. Thank you, Blue. Okay, you've got an AR there to watch. He will tell you. Yes.
Superb line-up from Kirkham Grammar School.
You're inside.
Got here a couple of hours ago. A lengthy away trip for them, but not something they are unused to. They've been travelling far and wide this season.
Change your mind. Thank you. 4. No, get out. He's still in.
Really have been pushing themselves with the distances travelled of Kirkham Grammar School. And they'll have the penalty here, Berkhamsted going off their feet. Cleared. Towards the 10-metre line.
Cleaning out was good, but then 4's falling on the ball, so they can't play it. That's all. Nothing more than that. Where you are? No, come on. You can do that when you have downtime.
Penalty there, just going off their feet, Berkhamsted.
Keep on
Gives
the AR,
Kirkham
please.
Grammar School good opportunity here. Miller Anderson to throw in. Spoiled a little by Berkhamsted, but claimed back into the hands of Idden. Wilson had to step in at scrum half. Idden's back there now.
Thank you, Red.
Wilson
Backwards player. High tackle. Upright high tackle. He made no offensive drop.
And then into the 5-metre channel.
Still of advantage, Red.
Treadwell beats it down the blind side, a little half an inch of space there.
High tackle.
For the host side, but will come back for the penalty.
No attempt to drop. Winger.
And a chance for Berkhamsted to get a little bit of territory. Alex Mason will be the man to put this one into touch. Alex Mason, part of Saracens Academy setup. Played in this fixture last year against Dunstan College. Got a couple of tries as well. And that kick has just made it. Went for maximum distance.
Great ball.
And
Great
he's
ball.
managed to
Six
every
ball,
inch
Blue.
out of that kick.
That's Blue's mark.
And so,
I'll go
the
to
first
the back. If you
big
go in, I'll leave you to
opportunity
that.
of the game.
Yes, please.
Incredible kick that was, actually, from no angle. Berkhamsted have the line out, 7 metres out. What an initial counter drive from Kirkham Grammar School that is, though. Absolutely wonderful maul defence on the northwestern side.
Yeah, good colour.
And they might even have turned it over on the floor. That is absolutely brilliant. They've given away the penalty for sealing off in the end. But what a magnificent piece of defending that was from Kirkham Grammar School.
Still in. Thank you. Blue 8 dived on the ball when he was still in the ruck. AR was closer than us. Yes, mate. Yeah, I was 50-50.
Brilliant.
Look at this even more, yeah?
From Kirkham,
Guys,
but
when you're coming down, make sure your timing is
and
exactly
going off their feet.
Especially this area, please.
Berkhamsted with the penalty. And Mason knocks it into the corner.
I'll say this so you're good in there, mate.
What did Berkhamsted learn from that maul defence previously? Just goes loose and seized upon by the skipper, Causey. But it's another penalty to Berkhamsted. This penalty count early on is high.
Clear. Scrum. Captain's called scrum. I'll always listen to the captain first, yeah? Unless you overrule him. On the scrum, you can. Right, guys, this is the first scrum. Let's set the tone. Let's shout
First
stop.
scrum of the game.
Please go straight. Run! Point! Set! Use it.
Fast handling from Berkhamsted.
Tackle now, hands away, Blue!
Of Kirkham Grammar School defenders, though. Burns. It's a bachelor. Two bachelors in the lineup. Charles and James, brothers for Berkhamsted. Lynch on the bench last year in this fixture. Big wide ball comes in, but it's been claimed and intercepted by Kirkham.
Use it, 9!
Kirkham had one of the all-time seasons last year.
Tied on the kick.
Claimed a maiden St Joseph's Festival title. They'll be back there again in a couple of weeks, as will Berkhamsted. We'll be live here on Next Gen 15.
Backwards.
They also went on for an unbeaten season all the way up to the final of the Continental Tyres Schools Cup. Indeed, the final minute of the Continental Tyres Schools Cup. Only that magnificent Harrow side could get the better of them. A season for the ages in Kirkham Grammar School. And I'll tell you what, they have started this season off just like that. 5 wins from 5 so far. And flying along. Line out goes to the tail. Huge volume coming from the stand on the far side.
Tackle and move, no! New tackler! There's a roll. Number 2's on ball, that was a good one.
Penalty's punched up towards the 22.
There you go, Red. 6.
First meeting between these two sides, under 18 level.
Make sure you stay in the 15, 1. 1, no, 1, don't want to step in, thank you. Don't go outside, 6, I'm asking now. 6. Stay there, don't go back. Yes.
Line out, goes to ground. Snapped well by Berkhamsted. Berkham maintain possession and then go bursting through the hole, but forward, says the referee. Oh, it was close. It was oh so close.
Calm down. Rebel. I will, sir. Looking, he said nothing to my man, but I will look, sir. 100%. I've got it.
Inches away.
Row!
Bursting through Kirkham Grammar School there.
Sit!
As it is, Tommy Treadwell will feed the scrum for Berkhamsted.
Stop! Yeah, he's used knock on.
Well, it's a huge scrum from Kirkham.
Throwing the ball away, penalty. Discipline. Discipline from 8.
And in their frustration, Berkhamsted give away the penalty.
Oh, skipper, yeah. Post called.
And Kirkham Grammar School bang in front of the post decide.
Skipper, skip. Don't need that. Don't want
they
discipline.
will go for the post.
Just throw the ball at the player. All it was a simple knock on.
Well, it was a huge first scrum from Kirkham Grammar School. Little surprise, I suppose. Sale Sharks of Bonnier on the loose head side. The vice captain Miles Lister on the tight head. There's always likely to be an area of strength, and we see it there. A little bit of niggle between the two back rows. Nothing we've not all seen before. Isaac Loop, the man in charge of kicking duties today. Gets a clean strike on that one, and Kirkham Grammar School move into a 3-0 lead. 12.5 minutes gone, and we have the first score. Penalty for Kirkham Grammar School.
boys. I think that's what they're there for. Oh, there's one here, sir. Oh, just kick that one off, please. 2, can you kick it off?
Barney, remember, you should put, yeah, no, it's not them.
When you're ready, time in.
Yeah, so go.
Atherton takes it from the kickoff. He's met superbly by Berkhamsted, who then
It's good. Yeah, leave
get
it.
a huge counter ruck on. Kirkham do really well just to find a way to deal with that. And get a good exit on it as well.
Here you go, Blue. That's you, Blue. Thank you, Red, for leaving that, whoever that was. Thank you. Yeah, it's only staying in that line. That's cool, mate. We'll deal with it.
Hard to the line goes the skipper, Smith.
Move, tackle that, move!
Penalty comes. Just couldn't roll away quickly enough there, Kirkham.
Still holding in your feet.
Just wonder what the option will be here for Berkhamsted. Mason's coming forward. I think he's probably going to go to the corner, but he could just have a little glance at the posts.
Watch the tackles, they're a little bit upright. Can you ask
It's another absolute peach from Alex Mason.
Please. Drop the tackle, please, boy. Just let's be safe.
Started out life as a fly half, but has been playing fullback for the past couple of years.
How many, Red?
Where Saracens
I told
see
you to stay close.
his long-term
We know.
future. Goodness me, though.
Yes, it's come back.
Fantastic kick to the corner from Mason. Now rolling away from the resulting line out. Go Berkhamsted, and Oliver Smith, the skipper, bounces through a tackle or two.
Oh, God!
Lost forward though, could be a chance here for Kirkham Grammar School to counter. Thought about moving it wide, instead they step inside.
Knock on.
Lost forward again by Berkhamsted, but then
Just a knock on. There wasn't going to be any
Kirkham
advantage.
players ran into each other, so we come back for the scrum.
No more than that. Okay, I would just want you a little bit closer. If you're too
Twice
far
now,
away,
Berkhamsted have had
this is the lineup.
big line-out opportunities deep inside the 22, but just not quite been able to take advantage of them yet.
Thank you. I'll let him cue to me. Can we go that side?
The signs of what they can do are there.
Thanks, Ollie. Row! Bind! Set!
Hidden feeds. It's another big scrum from Kirkham Grammar School. They have to hold the drive. You can only drive for 1.5 meters
Move 9!
at school's level.
No, he's fine. You held him in. He's good. Now you touched him 9. He's good.
It's a big carry from Bray. So the big start, Bray, overall. Oh, lovely little tummy as well. There's Wilson. Thought about taking it on himself, but again, the penalty.
He made the tackle. He was first man in. Just always show me the ball and you'll be 8. Always show me the ball. It's good.
Well, Berkhamsted think they've spotted some space on the right-hand side. They may just have done, but the ball just wouldn't sit. It wouldn't sit for Parry Kirby. Mason saw the space. He went quickly. The ball sat up, but it just wouldn't quite fall right.
Scrum called. Knocked on in the touch. Yeah.
Oh, he just had too many things to think about. The touchline, the try line, the ball, the incoming defence, and it just sat up 1 inch or 2 too high for him.
Keep one shoulder in all the time. Stand up and shoulder in. Crouch!
But the signs are there.
Bind! Set! Hold! Hold!
Sheldon.
Like feet, Red! You're inside.
A big old carry, and then a good box from Idden. That's going to run and run and run all the way up to the halfway line. Such a difficult kick.
Play on, ball's alive. Stop 4.
Berkhamsted go quick, but to no avail. It'll be a line out.
Sorry, Ollie, I didn't hear you, man.
pretty much exactly where Idden's rolled out. Clever little box kick from Idden. Didn't go for height, didn't go to make it contestable, just went with the low dink that would run and run on this artificial surface here at Saracens. And it's a clever option on this surface because the ball really does roll on.
Knock on.
Line out, lost forward. It's a scrappy old start to this game. We've seen a few penalties and knock-ons, and both sides just yet to fully get into rhythm.
We look for that volley just in the air, see if he's saying it. We'll be able to.
It's an interesting game, this one. As I say, both sides arriving in great form. Berkhamsted,
and hold.
Some cracking performances, a good victory against Warwick, a really tight one over Bromsgrove, and then coming back from a couple of scores down to what was actually quite a resounding victory in the end over Northampton School for Boys last weekend. Kirkham Grammar School, by contrast, have been reigning in the tries in all their games, pretty much. Across the 50-point threshold.
That's good. Timing was good.
Timing was good. But this probably their biggest test of the season so far. How they respond to that is going to be key, particularly when you think about that challenge that's coming up next week, the St Joseph's Festival, as they look to retain their title. This fixture, allied to tomorrow's, which is meaning they're having to use so many players. Obviously, guys can't double up like that, so they're having to split their resources a little bit. But what it does do is prepare them unbelievably well for that St Joseph's Festival, which, as seasoned viewers will know, is a real test of squad depth as much as it is the quality of your starting 15. It really is a tricky one.
They compete. I need it down the middle at least, please. They don't compete.
So this week here, in back-to-back games, is going to be a really useful one for them, as much as it will be a tough trip.
Blind! Set! Hold blue. Hold! Use
Useful
blue.
for Berkhamsted as well. This is the level that festival is going to be. The 2 days solid. It is relentless. That's a nice kick through. Forces Berkhamsted into a defensive line out.
It's not a 50-22. You took it back in before he kicked it. Oh, there's red ball. Go boy! That was good. Wait.
Sharp line out from Berkhamsted.
Still inside. He's kicking, you retreat, Red. Treat, Red.
And then a
Treat.
good
Yes,
clearing
you're
kick from Austin Burns. Another one of their Saracens contingent with Berkhamsted. And Kirkham look to counter. Grabbing across the field and then straightening. And they've got numbers on this left-hand side if they can shift the ball through the hands quickly enough. Berkhamsted trying to drift, but Kirkham go to that outside channel. Oh, it's a lovely ball back inside from Ferguson. Just inches from the try line for Kirkham Grammar School, but as they pass that last one inside, no one there to collect it. Sebi Krittner, though. So Sharks winger playing in the centres today. Takes it forward. And we come back for the penalty.
And he was off his feet.
But a first real opening there for Kirkham Grammar School. Just stab that one into the corner. Now we'll get to have a look at this maul.
Happy with that one, sir?
We've seen the power of it in defence. And they do in attack. was about to say the attacking back line is very flat, but they've started to reorganise now. They're not going to be needed though, because the maul gets going in the hands of Anderson at the tail.
Your man's gone down.
Berkhamsted bring it down. In fact, it's been brought down by Kirkham, so all legal at the moment.
Offside 19. 19
Now the penalty comes. Berkhamsted go offside around the corner.
And then he hasn't rolled
And
away.
we'll come back for the penalty.
Try line.
Taken quickly by Idden. Putting some width on it now. The ball, if they can go one further, it's there. They just had to juggle forward for the reach for the line, and Kirkham have the opening score of the game. Brilliant, brilliant finish from Glue. Just had to check himself to gather the ball, but had enough power to stay upright and keep moving forward, and enough wherewithal to manoeuvre his body to get that ball down. Super try from Kirkham Grammar School. Idden went quickly from the penalty. His forwards looked like they weren't wanting him to do it, but Idden knew what was happening. And the short pop just opened up the hole. Idden then, or Glue rather, had to just collect it from behind him. Found a way to the try line. He's a tall young man. He had to use every last inch available to him there to get that one across the line. Using every bit of his time on the shot clock with the conversion as well. Referee was counting him down in the background. Isaac Glue has all the points so far, and his Kirkham Grammar School side lead 10 points to 0 here against Berkhamsted at Saracens StoneX Stadium. We're just going to have another look at it here.
Players need to listen on the try line, please, when you're ready, sir.
Tom Carter with the delayed pass, Ferguson then with the short pop.
Take him back in! Drove back in! Use it! 9!
Gets the ball away for the try.
Now! It's out, yes!
Idden with the box kick. Gets good distance on it. Mason's under it. Bounces off one tackle, gets the offload away as well. That's excellent from Mason. And the high tackle came in on him, so we're going to come back for the penalty.
I've asked you.
Referee's going to have a word here.
The tackle, okay? But one over there was like about 12 is high. There's no more. You know what we've got to consider? The tackle's got to get lower. It's over here, guys.
Just a warning from the referee. Just wants that tackle height to come down.
High.
Delicious offload from Mason, wasn't it? Once again, finds an absolutely fantastic
Blue, take the 5. Blue, take
kick
the 5.
to the corner.
Just go to the back again. You look up
Well, he doesn't hold anything back, does he? No fear of going long. Goes for the maximum distance every time, and so far, absolutely nailing it every time. John O'Neill on for Berkhamsted and throwing in.
It's good, yes.
Now they get them all going. This time it starts to rumble. O'Neill has it at the tail. Kirkham just stalling a little bit, but Berkhamsted still rumbling. A little closer to the corner than they might like, but still they inch forward. Batchelor doing the line share to try and keep it in field, but I think Kirkham Grammar School have got that one just out into touch. Might even be touching goal.
Separate. Go away, please.
Smart ball defence in the end from Kirkham. They were on the back foot at the start. Once they realised that, though, it stopped being about driving backwards and started being about using that touchline as the extra defender. It's exactly what they did. That's really intelligent defence. And it'll be a goal line dropout.
Everybody behind him. Stay behind, Blue. That's good.
Wilson drops it long up to the 10-metre line. Check forward, James Stephen Jennings. What a tackle that is.
Yes, his hands are up.
Oh.
Burns fizzes it to Mason. Mason bounces off one tackle and then gets the pass away to Burnett. Burns. Burns again, Mason again, those two working in tandem. Mason snagged up this time, but his support gets there.
Leave him, six.
Charlie Hurd stepping in at scrum half. In fact, he's come on at scrum half, I think, is Charlie Hurd. It's an England under-18 positional camp a couple of weeks ago. The penalty for Kirkham.
No, your hands went straight on the floor. Don't. Your hands went on the floor first. No contact with the player. Hit the player, I'm happy. Your hands were first, then up.
Off their feet again on Berkhamsted. Well, it's something that the players are going to have to adapt to. The referee's been absolutely bang on with these, but has been clear he does not want players going off their feet in the ruck. He wants it to be an upright contest. Both sets of players just need to adapt a little bit quicker. Tricky one for James Batchelor.
Numbers! How many, please, Blue? 5! Yeah, it's good, yeah, absolutely, it was out.
The back foot, Sheldon has done fantastically well. But Berkhamsted do fantastically well to get their hands on after the great work from Sheldon. He'd almost done better than his support was expecting. It just created separation and Berkhamsted needed no second invitation. Mason once again goes for absolute broke. This time chews off just a little bit too much. But you can see exactly why he's pushing it, because the distance he's been getting on these kicks has been outstanding. But with the ball rolling dead, it'll be a scrum just inside Berkhamsted's territory.
Just keep going with me. Ground! 5! Sit! Hold! Hold!
Sharp work on the floor from Davey. Started at number 8 in this fixture last year. Does the business on the deck there. It was a bit unfortunate for Kirkham Grammar School. They went flying through the gap, just lost their footing. And that meant they were sitting ducks for Davey to get his hands on it. Sharp work from the back row. Burns. This ball, Mason has it, went backwards. And lost forward, struck a little phase that. Kirkham making life really quite difficult in an attacking sense for Berkhamsted.
Stop 9! Stop 9!
Yeah, stabbing through. Well, could that run for a 50-22? Not quite. It's about 6 inches in it.
Let's go. 2 minutes and a half. Get set, Toby. Get set.
Yeah, you are outside, Ted, outside. On the line. Come on! You're not inside. Ready? Get off! Hold it up, boys, hold it! Yes, hold it! Yes. Drive now, drive!
That's a fantastic take off his bootlaces from Glue, and Glue with a half break there, almost bursting through.
No, play on! No, it's not. The first knock done by Blue on the floor, then by Red. No advantage.
I don't know how Blue picked that one up at his feet. The ball was absolutely racing through towards him. Somehow made the pick up. Unfortunately for his side, all comes to nothing, lost forward on the floor. Berkhamsted scrum, last play, says the referee. It's first half absolutely flown by. A low scoring affair. One, nonetheless.
One, set. Use 9, thank you.
Burns on the loop around now, finds Mason, who's going to try and get on the outside. Has that pass gone forward? Yes, it has just. That is going to be half time.
Half time.
Fantastic half of rugby then. Tight game, tricky game. But at the break, it's Kirkham Grammar School that lead. Berkhamsted 0, Kirkham Grammar School 10.
Or 10.
And so, just a run through again of the team sheets. Kickoff was very quick after the teams came out, so I didn't quite get through those. So just to remind you of them, Kirkham Grammar School are as follows, with Harrison Causey, the skipper, on the open side, Jamie Atherton and Rowan Sheldon either side of him. Oliver Jolliffe and Charlie Bray are the second row. Lawrence Ogbonya, the Sale Sharks man at loose head, Miller Anderson at hooker, and Miles Lister, one of the vice-captains. At tight head, Archie Idden and Ted Wilson are the half-backs. Tom Carter and Sebi Krippner, the other vice-captain, are the centres. Sebi Krippner, a real star for Sale Sharks, often on the wing, but in the centres today. On the wings, Taran Maduda and Freddie Ferguson, and Isaac Glue at full-back. On the bench, Will Pryor, Max Wilson, Ewan Huck, Connor Norman, Jamie Cope, James Shuttleworth, Arthur Scrace and Charlie Worsfold, with coaches Johnny Rodham. Berkhamsted, who you can just see on the left-hand side there, having a bit of a chat, are led by the centre, Oliver Smith, part of a cohort of Saracens in the team. Crosby Burnett starting alongside him at inside centre. Half-backs Tommy Treadwell and Austin Burns, and on the wings, Lorcan Farrell, Logan Parry Kilby, Alex Mason, the full-back, with a wonderful boot. Up front, Douglas Lynch, Hugo Senior and Charles Batchelor are the front row. Charles Batchelor's brother, James Batchelor, is in the back row alongside Toby Davey, who was at 8 in this fixture last year, and James Stephen Jennings on the open side, whose sister was playing in the lacrosse earlier on this evening. And it's an experienced second row pairing, Thomas Nageli and Ed Sussam. They both played in this fixture last year. On the bench, John O'Neill, Johnny Montero, Dan Cowell and Niall Lewis, with Charlie Hurd, superb Saracens player who got an England call-up not so long ago, along with Freddie Stewart and Maxim Garrett. And by the way, it's debuts for Cowell and Garrett, who are both on the bench this evening. So what a scenario in which to make your debut. So half-time break, it's 10-0 Kirkham Grammar School. Berkhamsted with a little bit of work to do. They've had the field position but just haven't been able to make it count. got them all going a couple of times, but Kirkham Grammar's more defence has been absolutely exemplary, adaptable and difficult to get through. One clear opportunity in attack for Kirkham. And it was Isaac Glue that made it count. His scrum half Archie Iden, really he created it by going quickly off this penalty and spreading the ball. And then it was good hands from Carter and Ferguson. And then Glue with about a 4.5 metre stretch there. Superb finish from the fullback. And Glue's the man with all the points so far this evening. A try, a penalty and a conversion. All he needs is a drop goal and he's completed the set. Don't tell him though, although we try and drop goals all second half. Huge 35 minutes of rugby coming up then. Kirkham Grammar School are going to be the side to get us underway there in their blue and white hoops, playing from left to right. Berkhamsted in their red and blue hoops, playing from right to left and receiving this kickoff. As I said earlier on, these two both arrived unbeaten and in red hot form. Two of the strongest sides in the country. With big moves to make here.
If it stayed in play, we would have had it. Thanks. Play! Back feet there, you can come up! Come!
Lost forward by Kirkham. Scrum down, Berkhamsted ball early on. Just lost their bearings a little bit.
Row! Wide!
Charlie Hurd is going to be the man to feed this one.
Hold! Hold! Thank you. That's good. Tackle now! Play on! No, you still can't go off your feet. You can't, but you've got at least to try to stay up, guys. Can't go and then roll over.
Penalty Kirkham. Wilson pumps that one up, pretty much bang on to the 22.
You can't just dive straight off. No, it was a tackle. No, there was a tackle. You went straight off your feet. There was no intention of doing anything by going off your feet. Drive up, please. You'll be rewarded.
Exactly.
Tom Pearce, Director of Sport at Berkhamsted. You can just see in the background there.
Yes, he's come through the line of touch.
Watching on with keen interest. Kirkham Grammar School playing with keen interest. And the charge through that hole.
Back feet red.
Berkhamsted first up tackling. Is a match for it though. Stephen Jennings with the good shot back there.
Ball is out.
More tough tackling from Berkhamsted. They are putting a shift in here. So is Charlie Bray though. He's getting through a mountain of work for Kirkham. Now there could be an opportunity here on the right hand side. Oh, what a brilliant tackle that is. Douglas Lynch, the prop, finding himself one-on-one on the outside with the winger Matuda. But he covers the ground, makes the tackle, earns his team the line out.
Yes.
Superb, superb defence that.
Keep it up, Blue. Still moving. Stop red, stop red, stop red, stop red. Yes,
Hurd
hold on now.
completes the exit. And now Glue looks to counter. Flings that ball wide.
Anything?
Was it forward? Refereeing team is happy with it. Another thunderous tackle coming in, and that does force the ball forward. Goodness me, Berkhamsted are putting in some sort of defensive shift here at the start of the second half. To rapturous cheers from their supporters on that far side.
No advantage. No problem.
Oh, they are loving this.
Round! Line! Set! Stop, 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 line, no! Now you can go. Nine, give him time, please. Go forward.
Burnett almost
Yes,
making
the
it through the
scrum
hole.
advantage.
Krippner, what magic has he got in those feet? Straightens up, but he's met by another brilliant tackle. And once again, it's Lynch putting himself about.
Red one offside, penalty advantage. Forward pass.
Tempting to call him the Lynch pin, but I
Red
won't. That would be
offside.
cheesy.
21 offside, 21.
Another penalty for Kirkham.
21.
Discipline's been a tricky area for both sides.
Never onside. Big touch now, no quick off. Good exercise. Okay, you got the AR over there? Okay. We did both sides. We let you have one, then we let him have one. Are you okay? Guys, we have a man here. Wait, please. Stay down, mate. You've got the guy. Never onside. They are forward. I'm in there. You were right in the centre. The line. You were in front of that. So look at him. He'll take.
Short break then for an injury delay. It gives me a chance to talk about a few of the people that helped make nights like tonight possible, not least Berkhamsted School themselves, who've put on a massive effort to get things organised down here at Saracens, but also to some of our partners without whom we really wouldn't be able to turn up to any of these venues, and we certainly wouldn't be able to stay as warm as we are on what is a chilly-ish evening. Teamwear suppliers and partners, STC, keeping us warm on a chilly evening, as indeed are our leisure wear partners, Extreme Clothing, who provided me with a rather fetching bobble hat I've got on at the moment.
Yeah, red step, red step. Step left, thank you.
Back underway. Anderson throws to the tail.
Yes, come
It's
on.
an excellent line-out drill, that, from Kirkham Grammar School. It's really well defended initially from Berkhamsted, but then spinning through. Go Kirkham Grammar School, but another penalty.
Come on, cross it.
Crossing as they came off.
Two, I see a breakaway, went into a player.
Mason knocks it up just beyond the 10-metre line.
That's a breakaway too. The ball, skipper, the Moreton falling apart, he needs to break. Can't go into a player. Yes, I'm doing both sides, not straight. What would you like? Skipper? 7, what would you like? Line out called. Line out called. Not straight, not straight. Not straight, not straight. I'm not having any more questions, especially from 6, okay? 6 needs to calm down. Calm down. Well, it depends how far. Just wait, the captain's asked a question. It depends on how far not straight. You still can't throw it right over there. They don't compete with you in the middle, I don't have a problem. It's going to make it that much straight. Okay?
Free just having a word.
I don't need number 6 to talk anymore.
Berkhamsted skipper Ollie Smith. Goes back to his position in the midfield. Kirkham get the line out underway. Playing with a bit of ambition off this one.
No hands! Retreat, 12! Retreat!
Eden
8!
stabs it forward. Oh, what a
12 and 8,
fantastic
not
kick.
retreated.
But
12 and 8, not retreated. 12
it's going to be a penalty to Berkhamsted. It's such a shame.
That way.
There's players in front of him.
Number 6, okay.
Didn't retreat.
I didn't know that, but now I know, thank you. 12 and 8 did not retreat at all. Yes.
So the 50-22 won't come to anything. It'll be a penalty instead. Mason's going to have a chance to turn it into a proper 90-yard play, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, he's broke up. Now he's made contact, that's good.
Berkhamsted with some space on the outside.
Blue 22 tacklers.
Up to the 5-metre line.
Ball's available.
First proper chance of this second half. Up to the line. Are they held up or are they short? Held up, says the referee.
Held up first.
As close as Berkhamsted have come.
Pushed it back. Mind your kickers, Blue. Line.
Berkhamsted so close there. Mason tidies up the dropout, moves it in field to Smith.
Hands away, Blue! Yeah.
I think, by the way, it was Will Pryor that got himself underneath that somehow for Kirkham Grammar School.
5.
Superb defensive effort. The ball's just been lost on the floor.
Knocked on the floor. Everything was 5, knocked on by Blue. Counter-acting was good.
Go and see a little S1 into acceleration.
Okay. Just doing the sub, please. Yes. What have you done? Okay, cool, we'll have a look at it. Thank you very much, Jeff. Make sure we engage in this slingshot. Okay. Stay in, yeah? Hold up, thank you. Row! Wide! Set! 9, if you're going to get stupid, no, wait!
Penalty Berkhamsted.
It's a free kick, 9 being stupid.
Free kick, in fact, says the referee. As you may have picked up, for 9 being stupid. I believe the technical term was playing the player off the ball.
Ball, not the man! The ball, not the man! Look up!
Kirkham emerged with the ball. There's a bit of space here.
Vantage
to Eden,
over!
who flings it out now. Oh, what an important tackle that is from Burnett. Kirkham could have been in if that wasn't made. Still there on the attack though.
Yeah, high. 15. Penalty advantage, Blue!
Eden playing with advantage
Second
now,
line.
Kirkham.
It's against you!
Bray takes it forward.
15. 2 penalties, 15 and 3.
Sweeping kick. Cross field, doesn't find hands, but they'll come back for the penalty.
It's 2 and 50.
Let's go, boys!
Second penalty. Pack leader, because you're close to me. Time tackles down. That was 15 and number 3, high tackle.
Kirkham Grammar School
Now, please, sir.
going to poke this one into the corner. Mason does exactly that.
Don't shout, talk. And I'll listen to you, okay? Oh, sorry. I know. You know what I mean, yeah? Now you're taking responsibility. I need you to lead, okay? Keep a tackle down, yes, sir? The second one was you.
Big opportunity for Kirkham here. Line out, 7 metres out. Stolen by Berkhamsted. What an intervention that is, but then the charge down on the kick. Ball is loose, could fall anywhere. Falls in Kirkham hands, and Kirkham get across the try line. This is going to take some working out, but I think a try is going to be awarded.
Unsighted.
Tom Carter, I think it was, that pounced on it.
Anything for you? Okay, I got a knock on the line, okay? So that's what I'm going to go for. No try.
Well, in fact, the referee says it was lost forward.
No try.
Over the line.
Clear. Knocked on. Scrum down.
Scrum down, Berkhamsted ball.
Yeah,
let's have another look at that. Berkhamsted did brilliantly to turn it over at the line out. It was Davey at the front, but then the kick was charged down.
9. Next one's a
hacked through.
Crouch! Point!
And then, well, was it lost forward just over the line, as I think it was Jalife that went over.
Thank you.
Certainly close. Oh, what a moment that is. Mason completes the exit for Berkhamsted. We'll just have another look at this again.
5 called, they called 5. 5 they've called, so.
Kirkham Grammar School set up for the line out on halfway. We just roll through it here.
Play on, yes.
Carter hacks it through. He possibly loses it on the floor there. Oh, it's close, isn't it?
Backwards.
Looks like the grounding's okay, but it was possibly lost forward in the build-up by Carter. Big moment. Berkhamsted lived to fight another day, and they could go bursting through. Smith gets the offload away. Kirkham drift. Good defence this from Kirkham, but still on they go through Lock and Farrell for Berkhamsted. He's inches short, round the corner they go.
No hands, blue! Drive up!
Ollie Smith with the busting break. Now Nageli goes over the line.
No, he was on the deck and he's lifted up.
The try is awarded.
That one he did and this one he did.
Thomas Nageli. A huge swing.
Connor, I didn't ask you because I was clear. Ball went down and then he ripped it. You couldn't have seen from your angle. Good, I was clear. Ball down, ripped. In line with me, sir. All right, thank you.
Nageli stepped inside and then just fought his way over the line, despite the efforts of 3 defenders.
16 and a bit.
A huge swing. Kirkham thought they were over, and barely a minute later, Berkhamsted get their first points of the game. Mason's conversion is on the money, and it's a 3-point game. What a swing. Huge momentum shift. Kirkham kick deep. Nageli. It's not Nageli, is it? It's Toby Davey.
Back feet, blue!
Gets underneath the kickoff. Berkhamsted will want to complete the job and get a clean exit here.
Use it! It's out!
Charlie Hurd,
Touch it twice.
the man charged with that. That's a fantastic kick from Hurd. Put in touch. Berkhamsted will have the line out.
Caught it on the line, you didn't knock it on. Okay, thank you. Thank you. They are blue. Foot was on the line, sir.
Perfect exit from the host side. 2021 Daily Mail Trophy champions Berkhamsted. Absolutely fantastic that season. You may have seen one of the stars of that team, Tobias Elliott, has been strutting his stuff here on this very field, in fact, for Saracens in the last few rounds of the Gallagher Premiership. Been absolutely fantastic for them.
First man on his feet, went for the ball, holding on.
Ted Wilson
Touch it.
pumps that one up beyond the 22.
Come on, just put them on where you are. Right. Yes. Of course you may. Yeah, that's fine. I think both sides up, but we're having a good competition. I was asking, how many blue? You shout to them, let them deal with you. 5. Right. Guys, if you're going to do numbers, let's do it early so we can equal up. How many, please? 6. So you can do 6. Hold.
Bit of confusion over the numbers in the line out here.
We'll slow it right down. Come on, straight.
It's a clever move at the line out from Kirkham. Now they get that maul going. Anderson's having to go digging for it a little bit. I think he's got it. And now they start to shift it forward.
Thank you. He's sitting.
Berkhamsted are doing really well here.
Tackle now, hands away.
Kirkham keep possession. Idden moves it out to Norman.
No, that's fine. It's both
Idden
equal.
again. Wilson. On to Carter.
Tackle now! Tackle! Back feet. Backwards, backwards.
Some big first up tackling going on here.
You're not done by the night.
Really big tackling. And then a big counter ruck forces the knock on. And once again, Berkhamsted survive the siege on their line.
Yep. Hang on, the captain has the shoulder, please. Captain, shoulder. Yes, please. Stay down, Skip. Let's sit down. Thank you, sir. Didn't play 9, you ran in. The player pushed the player. He hit their 9. Great. You've done the opposite. You thought. We've got 20 gone. We've got 15 left, sir. 15 left. Bit on Skip.
Short delay. As a few bodies get patched back up, Berkhamsted with plenty to chat about here. They've got to keep that defensive effort up. Kirkham Grammar School looking to convert one of these chances.
Knock forward, scrum down, good ball.
Berkhamsted scrum. Those of you that joined us earlier for the lacrosse were in for a treat. Absolutely fantastic game. Finished up 9-6 to Berkhamsted as they took on Moreton Hall. Fantastic game there, and a fantastic game here in the rugby. Not as high scoring.
Use it, no hold.
Smith. Oh. The captain's run that from Smith.
Thank you, that's good.
Dragging players with him.
He did nothing wrong at all. No, guys, he's just come into his own player. There's nothing I can do. You're going forward. Guys, he's just come into his own player. No, it's only a scrum. It's only a scrum. It's only a scrum.
Scrum Berkhamsted. Berkhamsted use the opportunity to just make a couple of changes.
Sorry? No, sir. No, at all. I've been thinking it. Crow! Point! Sit! Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Guys, it's moving. We've had good scrums, it's coming towards me. Okay, let's just go straight as we've all agreed. We've had nothing silly, let's not spoil it. Harry, just have a look at his angle, please. Of course you may, sir. 12 left. That's back leader you can ask. Okay, 8. You've been asked to not do it. If you do slingshot now, we're penalising you. Okay, it's been looked at. Row! Point! Sit! Stay behind the ball. Stay behind the ball. Yes!
Tidy scrum for Berkhamsted. clearance from Burns. Exit complete for Berkhamsted.
On the line, mate. You just step off, yeah. How many blue? 5. Skip, how many? Skip. 5.
Into the final quarter of an hour. This one's still very much in the balance. Either side is going to yield their unbeaten record easily as Sheldon breaks off the tail of that line out.
Yeah. No, wait. It's gone back. Thank you. Positive.
Krippner showing what he can do. Eden moves it out to Bray. Bray has been fantastic all evening.
Balls available.
Eden wider to Glue. Man with all of his sides points so far this evening. Isaac Glue. Atherton takes it on. Runs just forward. And a patient passage of play for Kirkham Grammar School.
I didn't see anything. I'm not going to go looking for something.
Comes to an end with a Berkhamsted scrum.
10 minutes. 10 minutes left, lads, okay? I'll tell you when it's 5, and then I'll tell you when it's last play. Let's go, boys! What I said, don't shout at me. Talk to me. Don't shout that distance. Don't talk to me. No, don't talk to me. I've asked you nicely now. No more, please. Talk to me nicely. Crouch! Point! Sit! Hold, stay in 9! Thank you.
Almost lost forward of that scrum, but Berkhamsted managed to get it back in the end. And Mason tries to shake for the outside. And it's good running.
Yes, first one!
And Berkhamsted's Freddie Stewart.
5 feet red!
Another one of those Saracens players in the ranks.
Now he's done well. Don't play the man, that's cool. Flat! Flat!
Palsy, the skipper, gets across the gain line.
Flat there, Connor.
Picked up off his bootlaces by Lister. Lister through one tackle. But then Berkhamsted are sharpest on the floor. Do you think it was the winger,
shouting anymore, please, for a different thing.
Logan Parry-Kirby, that got over it?
We have 2 pairs of eyes looking at the game.
Mason up and into the 22. Another excellent kick from him. It was indeed Logan Parry-Kirby. The top defensive effort there. Mason still going into the heart of the 22 now. Berkhamsted, and with a penalty.
Even though it's in your legs, just don't take it with you.
Surely they've got to go for the points here.
We got a captain.
Senders.
Captain, post. 6 is your captain, he's called post. Still in your legs is holding.
That's exactly what they're going to do. We're going to go into the final few minutes with this game all square. Mason does the formalities and knocks it over the posts. And we are locked at 10 points apiece.
Harry, can you just check the score on yours? Thank you. I've got that too. Thank you. Ball! Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Oh, what a final 7 minutes we have left to play here. Great take
Stop 17.
off the kickoff.
Thank you.
Kicked long, and now Sheldon will carry. Brought down by Senior. Senior's opposite number now. Anderson takes it forward.
Yeah. Step in.
Loose ball, Berkhamsted tried to pounce. Berkhamsted do pounce.
He's trying to pick the ball up. He's trying to
And
pick
it's
the
the try
ball.
scorer, Gaelic, that got his hands over.
Holding on, he's trying to play the ball. On the ball.
Mason sticks it towards the corner, went for broke again, doesn't quite have the legs.
Stop 7, stop 5.
But they're going to get the line out in attacking position anyway.
Five minutes left. 5. Say again. Yeah, they're the mark. They're good.
5 left,
Hold
says
it.
the referee.
Hang on, we're doing the subs. Please wait. Substitutions.
Berkhamsted rolls some changes.
No, we're ready. Wait till I go back. Okay, we're good.
Shortened line out. And they move it out into the midfield.
Flat. Now he's on control of the ball. Now he wasn't in control of the ball.
Just couldn't quite get his pass to
I know.
stick.
I know, let him have a look. Go skip. I need the ball away from
Well,
the
I suppose there is one way for these two sides to maintain their unbeaten records, and that's if we finish up as we are with a draw.
That's all it is. 4 minutes. Come, scrum down. Blue ball. Guys, the next minute I'll tell you time will be last play. Don't ask again now, please. There's 4 minutes left. As you asked nicely. Row! Bind! Set! Use it, use! Wait, Red, still there. Thank you.
Drift the call from the touchline, and drift is what
Tackle,
Berkhamsted do,
blue, red.
and then driving
Clear the
forward
runway.
is what Kirkham Grammar School do, and now
Now that's good, clean it
Benaya
up.
drives forward again. Then his front row colleague Lister up to halfway.
Backwards, backwards.
Ball is loose but popped up. Loose ball sometimes creates a gap, and it does for Krippner. His offload is intercepted. Berkhamsted back in possession.
That was it. Okay.
And then turned over again by Kirkham Grammar School, and it'll all
Never going to go anywhere from
end
that.
up with a scrum
Just a knock on. Just a knock on in the
to
tackle.
the away side.
Thank you, thank you. I missed that completely. Thank you.
Oh, there was just a hint of an opening there for Kirkham Grammar School, wasn't there? Berkhamsted's defence has been up to task.
Crouch!
Will there be late drama
Blind! Sit! Hold, Red, hold, Red, hold! Use light! Thank you.
here? Iden feeds it short to Carter.
No, no, no. Use it!
Bray. The way he's
No,
played
Seven,
tonight,
you're
he
holding
can create
feet. No,
something, that's for
Seven.
sure.
You're not holding your weight, thank you.
Norman takes it on.
Knock on. Yeah, I've got a forward pass.
That one's gone forward though.
Guys, you're not gone anywhere from here. There's a knocked on,
And we'll
and
come
it was a
back for the
forward
scrum.
pass. Scrum down. You've gone too far back, guys. So when are you going to turn it over till we go back? Knocked on, forward pass. I will tell you when it's last play. That's the next time I tell you. Thank you. Row! Blind! Set! No, 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 yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, this gentleman went to his feet, which then made him go to his feet. Let's do it all again. Thank you. Say again, mate.
Not long left, probably about a minute.
Fine, if you're going to get silly now, you know what we do. We have an AR watching you, please. You get silly, we just penalise you.
Hidden, told to be on best behaviour here.
Fight!
Can Berkhamsted launch something from deep inside their own half? Well, they've got a penalty. That's going to help. They go quickly from it.
Guys, go away. Go away. I'm not
And
going
they
to
may just thank their lucky stars they've been called back.
Went in and straight to deck.
As Mason's going to be able to pull out
I need to see her.
a decent chunk of distance with this kick.
Stay there.
Nudges them up to halfway.
Gentlemen, it is last play. It is
Last play of the game.
Play. Last play.
Can Berkhamsted create something from it?
Backwards.
Ball is loose at the line out, but stays in their hands.
Knock off.
Lost forward, and we are going to finish up with a draw. These two maintain their unbeaten records, neither probably quite how they would have liked to, but a tight game, a tense game, finishes up Berkhamsted 10, Kirkham Grammar 10. Oh, it was scrappy, it was nervy, it was tetchy. But it was a game between two giants of this school season. And they just could not be separated. Well, who was it? Steve Hansen, I think it was. Back in 2017, described a draw as a bit like kissing your sister. Players look as though they feel a bit that way. But when they reflect on it, they will think that both of them have put in a mammoth shift here at Saracens StoneX Stadium. Two sides that really do take some beating, and as it turns out, two sides that simply refuse to be beaten. They might well meet again in 10 days' time down at the St Joseph's Festival. They've got tricky groups to get through first. But given the way both have played this season, given the way that in a tight game neither side gave up many opportunities here tonight, you would think both have a great opportunity to do brilliant things over in Suffolk at the end of next week. Fantastic occasion here at StoneX. Here are the tries that took us to that 10-all draw. It was Isaac Glue finished it off after some quick work from Archie Idden. Two Sale Sharks Academy men, integral for their team tonight. In fact, Isaac Glue scored all the points for Kirkham Grammar this evening. It's good hands from Carter and Ferguson, and Glue with a long outstretched arm finished it off. Berkhamsted scored their try through one of their own under 18 Premiership Academy boys, and Thomas Nagale finishing off from close range. That, allied to a conversion and a penalty from Alex Mason, is what took us to a 10-all draw. And that was what tonight was all about. A shared experience in a memorable place, a memorable game,
and a memorable image at the end, and I'm going to see if I can go and catch some memorable words with a few of them downstairs. I'll be back with you in just a second. Fantastic game here at StoneX. I'm going to just grab a chat here with Johnny Rodham, Kirkham Grammar School head of rugby. Johnny, always difficult to know how to feel after a draw, but two sides that weren't giving anything up, were they?
No, I think both teams had plenty of opportunities. Both teams made errors, and I was really impressed with Berkhamsted's one-on-one tackling today. I mean, we just couldn't seem to break free, could we?
Yeah, you had a couple of opportunities up in their half where, or certainly in their 22 in fact, where you really looked like you might be able to find a way through, but just somehow the desperation in defence just kept you out.
Yeah, we're just going to have to get a little bit better at executing that kind of stuff when we're close to the line, but fair play to Berkhamsted. They brought a big intensity today and, you know, they matched us.
And you two might meet again in 10 days' time, both down to the St Joseph's Festival. You're looking to retain your title, Berkhamsted's first time at the festival. Looking forward to that?
Yeah, we always look forward to St Joe's, and the lads have been building up for it for the last few weeks. And yeah, we're defending the title, but you know, we're just going to go down, and it's a new team. We'll just take each game to come and see where we end up on day two, and just enjoy the occasion. And
you know, that's a fantastic occasion coming up. It's been a fantastic occasion here tonight. A really special one for the boys to get to play here. You know, home of Saracens, and you know, so it's a pretty famous place to play, and must have been great for them.
Yeah. Oh, what a setup it is down here. The lads have loved it. I mean, the opportunity to play on here and use the facilities, and the crowd was really good getting behind the boys. So it's a good experience to get used to sort of a bit more high pressure situations, and it's all good for the learning for the boys.
And you boys test yourselves. You get around the country, don't you?
Yeah, we have to. We have to go if we want to find some, you know, some different challenges here and there. We have to. Sometimes we have to travel, and hopefully people repay us and they come back to Kirkham and play us at home. That's what we're trying. That's what we're trying to do. Absolutely.
Well, listen, Johnny, we'll see you in a few days' time. Go and get dry. It's absolutely teeming down out here.
Thanks very much.
Johnny Rodham there. We're going to actually I'm going to run away from my camera because I've got to go and catch Richard Pryor before he disappears. You might be able to spot him in the background. So I'm going to go at high pace. We'll test the speed of our cameraman as I go charging off to go and find him and see what he's got to say. Richard Pryor here from Berkhamsted. Richard, always difficult to know, I've just said this to Johnny, difficult to know really what to say or think after a draw, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think probably neither team did quite enough, and I think probably at the end 10-all was probably fair. So yeah, kind of frustrating for us that we didn't really get a game going at any time, but fair play to them. You know, they carried aggressively, they defended aggressively, kind of what I expected really from them. But you know, I'm really pleased that, you know, we played yet another new team and competed very well for lots of it. And I think, you know, there's a lot for us to learn from in terms of we need to trust ourselves a bit more. We overplayed, certainly guilty of giving away too many loose balls, certainly when we moved it wide, and ultimately it hurts us a little bit. So it's great learning for us going into St Joe's next week, because although they're not on our pool, fingers crossed we might play them at some stage, because if we do, it means we're in the knockout stages. So yeah, you know, kind of really pleased overall with the night. It's been fantastic, apart from it's actually pouring down now, but apart from that, we've had two teams that have gone at each other pretty physically. So yeah, like, you know, hopefully it was enjoyable to watch. It wasn't always enjoyable coaching wise. I think that goes with the territory.
And obviously, I mean, a huge amount of this is about the experience for the boys getting to play a place like this, and then 10 days' time you go down to St Joe's. It's a similar sort of scenario. These experiences, it feels like it's a time of real boom at Berkhamsted.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, realistically, evenings like tonight, as you say, weekends like St Joe's, it's memories, you know, and ultimately we want to create memories that these boys will remember, you know, in many years to come. In 20 years' time, when they meet up an old boys reunion, they can talk about that match against Kirkham at the StoneX, and you know, ultimately that's why we play the game. You know, realistically, did it matter if we won, lost or draw? No, but they had a great time. They'll remember this. Awesome photos all over there, seeing their family, friends, etc. So you know, that's what it's about, 100%.
Absolutely right. We're going to go and find somewhere dry to do the last few bits, but well done tonight.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Take care.
Richard Pry there, Berkhamsted head of rugby. Right, we are actually going to go and get undercover because we're going to go and do some feedback scores. And do you know where we're going to do it? We're going to do it in the warm and dry of the bench, I think, if we can get in there. We're going to see if our cameraman can duck low enough to manage that. Oh, sorry, charging into various people. Oh, that's all right, into the bench here. And I think we might be able to keep everyone nice and warm and dry in the bench here. So I'll tell you what, the team here are doing a fantastic job as they try to stay dry and get our feedback scores going. So let's have a little look here. We go into the event zone. We take a look through. You can see some of these games that are coming up. We click on Berkhamsted versus Kirkham. We'll go Berkhamsted first of all. Teamwork and cohesion. Well, we've got to say that their teamwork was excellent. We've just spoken about their defence. Defence is teamwork to a T. They get a good 8 on that. Adaptability, well, anyone that's just seen how wet it is out there in the 10 seconds that we were out on the field will realise both sides had to adapt fantastically. An 8 there. Skill execution, it was a difficult game for skills, wasn't it? Neither side could quite get their skills going as they would have wanted. We're going to go with a 7 on skill execution. Physicality and intensity, well, in contrast to skill execution, it was massive, wasn't it? An 8 there. Set piece dominance, Kirkham probably had the edge there. I think we'll go with a 7 for Berkhamsted on that. Game management, they did really well because they could have found some really tricky situations, but they worked a way out of a 7 there. Discipline was an issue for both sides. They couldn't quite keep up with the referee asking them to stay on their feet going into contact. So a 6 on discipline there, which gives them an overall feedback score of 72, a very good score in tricky conditions. So we just submit that there. Now I'll tell you what, this is a test, isn't it? Will it end up as a draw on the board? We'll find out. Teamwork and cohesion from Kirkham Grammar School. Well, similar to Berkhamsted, very good teamwork and cohesion there. Adaptability, similarly, very good adaptability. Skill execution, obviously tricky, wasn't it? Difficult night for it. A 7 there. Much like Kirkham Grammar School, the physicality and intensity was excellent from Kirkham Grammar School. An 8 there. Set piece dominance, they perhaps just had the edge there. We'll give them a 7 there. Game management, they probably just struggled, didn't they, on that little period where they thought they'd scored and then didn't, just went the wrong way. They get a 7 there. And equally struggled on the discipline, just didn't quite adapt. A 6 there. Look at that. 72 as well. I wasn't even counting that one out in my head. A draw on the scores, a draw in the game. Fantastic. We submit that, and that is that. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely soaking here. So I am going to jump off. We are going to see you again this weekend up at the Merkeston Festival. It's Merkeston Castle hosting 16 schools and clubs, and we will be up there for that. Then in midweek off to London Oratory against the Oratory. First up though on that Wednesday is Shiplake versus Aylesbury Grammar School, and then 2 festivals in a weekend's time, which is the John Fisher Festival and, as we just spoke about, the St Joseph's Festival. They are in 10 days time. But from all of us here at Saracens StoneX, it is a goodbye. Thank you for watching. Stay dry. It's a 10-all draw. Berkhamsted 10, Kirkham Grammar School 10. Thank you very much for joining us.
The right kit changes everything. With the right kit, you're ready for anything. United, connected, unstoppable. Whatever your sport, We are your sporting partner, creating your kit your way. For every team, for every challenge, for every aspiration, feel seen, feel ready, feel part of the team. Kit on, game on.